tonight we have an all-new guest that hasn't already been on the show at all. We're going to talk about a brand new event and with definitely a different guest than we already had. So tonight we have Mr. Taxi Phil Jones. He is the president of the Cincinnati Beard Barons, and they'll be putting on their event next weekend, October 1st. Doors are at 5 p.m. Eastern, I do believe, and that will be in Newport, Kentucky. It is the Big Whisker Revival 8. It is in cahoots with Honest Amish. I like that. There we go. So let's just dive into this thing. Mr.
Hey, how you guys doing this evening?
Hey. Oh, my goodness. It's so good.
I think I've seen you since last week up there in South Dakota.
I know, man. It's been a long drive, but we're here, and we're here to.
It was a long drive, and it was a fun drive, too.
Boy, are my arms tired.
I got to drive with Jim Jones and Timmy Whiteshoes. There ain't nothing better in the world.
Oh, my God. I'm sorry. I'm sure that was very entertaining, but it was a long drive.
Extremely entertaining. There's no question.
We Jim Jones and I talked about that a little bit in South Dakota. I think me and him are going to take a road trip together next year. I'm going to one weekend where Natalie can't go. I'm going to pick up Jim Jones and I told him all he's got to do is just talk to me the whole way and tell me some Jim Jones stories. And I'm very much.
Yeah, they're great stories. Between us, poor Timmy Whiteshoe sits in the back seat and just goes, "Oh shit, there they go."
Oh, here we go.
How is Timmy doing? I haven't seen Timmy in years. How's he been?
He's Timmy Two Beards now.
Well, I know. Timmy Two Beards.
Timmy Two Beards, also with white shoes, except for on Friday nights where he wears Birkenstocks. But both times he's still Two Beards. Whoa. And it looks amazing. I will say
he's got good looking chops too, man. They look really good.
I don't use that lightly. Like he has really good chops. Like they look super.
I mean, it's almost as bad as a whaler category.
Nothing's that bad. Nothing's that bad. If you shave off your mustache, you might as well go home.
C-Hop Squad.
Chop Squad.
So yeah, this in 2 weeks, not this upcoming weekend, you have your 8th annual.
Yes, sir. 8th annual Big Whisker Revival. It's at the Southgate House Revival over in Newport, Kentucky on 6th Street. It's an old church turned into a music venue.
I'm so grateful that it's at the same venue. This is I've said it every time I've ever talked to you on this program, but that is the coolest venue I think that anybody could ever have an event in, period. It's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, the big stained glass windows and everything. Beautiful. That's where, because it being an old church is why we went the revival. It wasn't because of the name of the building. The original one was the Octo Beard Fest. And that was the same time as the Oktoberfest there in Cincinnati. But this one is our 8th annual in this one. And the owner, Morella, is just a sweetheart. At the end of the day, when we check up that night, she looks at me and goes, "What day next year?"
There you go. You can't beat that.
No. And I'll say, "Well, she said, no, you pick the day." She said, "It's your choice. It's whatever day you want."
You got to love that when you build a rapport with a venue that they pretty much give you carte blanche on. You're the one who's telling them when you're going to be there because they believe in your event and your event does their venue so well that that's a good status to get to.
We got lucky. Paul Naper introduced us to the place originally. He's one of the founding members of the club, and he had been working there. And we went and we talked to her and stuff, and she was a little hesitant, like anybody is,
right?
Until they know what we do and see what we do. After the first year, she was like, "Are you guys coming back next year?" Like, "Yeah, we're going to do it one more time." After that, it was, we're done. And then what we've done is we've locked down the first Saturday in October with her. So, next the 23, it's on the 7th. So we're already booked.
That first Saturday is.
Yeah, I mean, we're already booked. And I told her the only reason, and then she explained to us, she said, "Hey, listen, if the Rolling Stones want to play the venue on that day," I said, "I would understand that."
Yeah, we'll have to figure something else out.
Yeah, we'd be the opening act.
There you go. We'll move the competition to like 10 a.m. It'll be fun.
Right. Well, the doors open at 7. Music starts at 6. We got Moonshine and Wine. He's played every single one of these. He's a volunteer guy. He don't charge us nothing. He's also a member. He's also a pro disc golfer, to tell you the truth. and it's a guitar and a fiddle, and they just play musical music. It's really great. Last year she couldn't make it, so it was just him. During the night, 7 of the songs he played, he made up as they were playing.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
He would start playing. He would go, okay, there's what he'd make the song up. It'd be about the venue, somebody in the venue, about anything. It was really interesting. So that he plays from 6 to 7, and that's when the event actually starts at 7. We also have a group in another room. We have the whole building, and there's another room off to the back that guitars for vets play in. And part of a therapy for these veterans, they teach them how to play the guitar.
Oh, cool.
And when they graduate, they get a guitar. And Sonny Mormon, who's one of the blues kings from Cincinnati area, teaches these guys to play. He takes his time to work with these gentlemen. And then so all night they're playing blues back there in that room all night long. So we started 7. And last year, Aaron, you saw what we did last year. It was the first time we'd ever done it.
Yep.
We would bring all the veterans up on stage. And we honor all the veterans. And then, in honor of those who didn't make it home, we play taps. And as anybody knows, as soon as taps playing, if you don't bring tears to your eyes, there's something wrong with you.
Yeah, that's a tough
and then
one.
we do the national anthem. And this year, we're going to have a veterans category. So we're going to do it right then while we have them all on stage.
Nice.
And then we go through our 15 categories. We have, like you said, we have a small raffle table. We're going to have a special raffle table this year. We came up with the idea with Tubs of Fun. And it is a wash tub full of liquor, of bottles of liquor. I just dump liquor into it. It's full of bottles of liquor. Well, the Barracks Project, who's the charity we support, challenged us to see if we can collect the most bottles. So they're going to have a tub also. So there'll be 2 tubs on there.
Oof.
And it's going to be, that'll be one raffle item is this giant tub.
So we're asking all of our other bearded friends and everybody else, bring bottles so that we can win this thing. And it's going to be $10 a ticket for that. And you get 3 for $20.
Wow.
Tickets for that one.
So
on the raffle table, we're going with the sheets this year.
Okay.
For the one, the one sheet. You get 25 tickets for $20.
Yeah.
You get 2 sheets for 30. And then we always do a couple live auction items. We do Beard Baron of the Year award. It's presented every year. The Barracks Project. This is one of the greatest groups you've ever met in your life. It's 100% volunteers, 100%. And what they do is they try to get veterans acclimated back to civilian life before they hit the streets. They help them find jobs. They get them ready for the jobs. They do mock interviews. They make sure they have the proper clothing, all that kind of stuff. If a veteran wants help, they're there to do it. They've got 3 houses that have been donated to them, and they've went in and rehabbed the houses, and they'll put these guys up until they get on their feet and get going again. They also help. I can't say senior citizens anymore because I am one, but they also help some of the older veterans that they work in the yard or help paint the house and things like that. And they started a new project last year, I believe it was, to where if an active service person can get leave at Christmas but can't afford to get home, they'll make sure they get home.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they'll figure out a way to get them there. And I mean, these guys, they started, 6-7 years ago. Felicia said, I want to do this, and her husband was active at the time in the military. And, she said, these guys need help. She saw what it was like out there, and there was nobody to help. And they will do their best to do what they can. It's been a great group to work with. One of our goals has been from the beginning of our group is to find a charity, local, small charity that you see where the money goes.
Yeah.
And that 5, 10,000, whatever you get, give them means something. And they can really put it to help them out. Like I've always said, God bless the American Red Cross. God bless the Cancer Society. $5,000 to them ain't, they don't need it. They have other guys to help them out for that. These groups here, if you'll notice in the bearded community, 90% of the clubs are doing that. They're keeping it local and they're trying to help out smaller groups and stuff.
And I think that's really important is helping the local charities out. Like you said, it good for the Red Cross doing what they're doing and stuff. But our little $5,000-$10,000 beer competition contributions isn't going to make or break those guys. It's cool to work with a group. Like $5,000 makes a big difference with that group. And they genuinely appreciate it, and their appreciation shows to
the clubs, and that's what that is, I think, my favorite thing about the bearding community is the clubs and the people that find these small groups that really need the help.
Like Timmy said, you can see it working.
Yeah,
you see where you see every penny goes.
Yep.
God,
I'm gonna get one of them cool microphones one of these days.
You should. I mean, you should probably do some type of show because, I mean,
you got stories.
We all know
the Taxi Phil podcast.
Oh, dude, I'd listen.
I would listen to it too. Well, seriously, if you want to do it, I'll help you get it all started up.
Here's an idea. We'll do the Taxi Phil, Jim Jones, Semi White Shoes traveling podcast. We'll do it from the truck while we're driving.
Aaron and I were actually just talking about that. Like after we got our pre-show done with you, he was telling me about him talking to Jim, and then I'm like, you need to record this. Like a camera in the car. It'd be so easy to do.
Yeah, wasn't it Jerry Steinfeld did?
Comedians
coffee with somebody or something.
Yeah, just that. Yeah, there you go. Just record everything and then chop up the good parts and throw away the bad parts and then put it all together and voila, you got a show.
Oh yeah, there'd be a lot cut. I'll guarantee you that much.
Yeah, probably a lot of y'all stuff you couldn't show.
Yeah, there'd be a lot cut.
Mike says that's what he loves about the bearding community. He says he wishes he joined earlier, but I mean the thing is thank goodness you're here now, and you're here to help make a difference with whatever community you're involved in or with whatever community that you're going to an event with. That's what it's all about.
If we don't get new blood into this thing, it's not going to last. And that's what's so great is we're getting all these newer people coming in, especially some of the younger people are coming in and getting involved.
That's
one thing getting involved. They're doing stuff. They're taking care of business because otherwise it's going to go away. If we don't get new blood.
Yeah,
that's one thing I always try to push all the events, and I'm going to say it here again. You don't need to just focus on competitors. People need to really focus on spectators. So spectators will show up to these events and be like, oh, this beard thing's super cool. And then new people get involved. I think people get in their head that they only focus on competitors. And yeah, that's great. You need competitors at your event. But if you get 40 competitors, try to get 240 spectators. And a couple of those people may come back next year with a beard to compete.
Right. And
so it's a revolving thing here.
Most folks don't even know what this is. And once they show up at one of our competitions, we're lucky. We have like the Bach Fest, the big festival here this spring. Mm-hmm. We do a competition there. We do a couple church festivals. We have one coming up Thursday night before our event at the Aurora Farmers Fair. Nice. And our guys will show up and we'll put a competition together and they see what's going on.
Yep.
And then you get them involved and they come to an event and they go, I just met 200 of my best friends. It's amazing that people, when they walk away from one of these events, are going, damn, these guys are pretty cool.
Yeah.
They're having fun, and they're nice. And I guess I got started in this a long time ago. And when we first got started is when Phil Olsen came back from Germany and he started Whisker Wars and all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. And back then it wasn't for charity, as
Not
much, really. And the main thing was trying to get people to realize just because you had a beard, you weren't a gangster, you weren't a pirate, you weren't, we were just normal dudes out there. And then it built into the charity. And from there, it's gone wild.
Yep.
You've been around a long time. You've seen what it's done. It went from a little podunk in a bar, 2 shows a month to, last weekend there was 4 this side of the Mississippi.
Oh my gosh, dude. It's blowing up. I think what we count, Scott, like
there's 18 in the month of October.
Yes.
So crazy.
And between the 3 of us, we're probably going to 19 of them. And Jim just made a comment there in South Dakota, right? We're in Sioux Falls, North Dakota. We're at a restaurant called the Frying Pan. We just ordered dinner. There's a table behind us. There's a lady and her kids are sitting there. And all of a sudden, here comes this lady over. She's, excuse me, guys. And as we all know, we're waiting for the questions. We know what they are. It's like, your mustache, your beard, this and that. This lady looks at us and goes, are you from Cincinnati? Yes, ma'am. She goes, we follow you on Facebook. I'm like,
Oh,
dude, what? She goes, yeah, we follow you on Facebook. One of our friends found it and turned me on to it. I watch you guys all the time. We're like, how in the hell does somebody in Sioux Falls, South Dakota? And she was 2 hours from there. He just had to be in town for something. It had to be in that restaurant the same time we were. And it's just amazing.
You're worldwide, Taxi Phil.
Yeah, well, it's just amazing. All of us are. That the community is. And how much it's changed in the 15 years I've been doing this. There's not too many of us old timers left.
Let's dive back a little bit into the competition again. Let's talk about we didn't discuss the judges, MCs, any of that cool fun stuff about the event.
Okay, well, we the judging panel's not too shabby this year. We tried to represent a lot of the different categories this time. So we got George Kelly, as you guys know, one of the biggest, reddest beards you've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just out there. Great guy. And he's from here in Ohio. And then somebody from them damn Detroit Murder Club up there. And that's Jason Timble. That's a two beards right there.
That's two beards right there.
That's two beards right there.
That's what Timmy White Shoes is aspiring to be.
Yes. Yeah. No, Timmy don't ever be that long. But that's a beautiful set of chops he's got. I know. And then let me think. Who else do we got? We have a lovely young lady from LaPel, Indiana.
Okay.
I think her name is Melissa Crafton. And she's
never heard of her.
What a great person, man.
Is she new?
Rocks, she's everything anybody ever wanted to be. She's just good people, all around. And then there's a guy that's trying to grow a mustache. He's working on it, and he's trying to get that English together. And now he's in that musketeer state, And Eddie. And I always pronounce his name wrong. So one of you guys go ahead and pronounce it properly.
Yeah. What do you think it is?
Oh, it's Kippinger, but it ain't right.
Eddie Kippinger.
Yeah, it ain't close.
It's like Henry.
Yeah. Eddie Kimmerling. Do you
Kimmerling.
know?
I know that. But I like calling him wrong. I call Travis Dinner the wrong thing every time too.
Travis Dinner. I like it.
Yeah, I call him all the time.
We're all about calling people by the wrong names.
Oh, yeah. I got it down to an art, to tell you the truth.
I've never done that, ever.
And then we have this little short dude. And in my opinion, gentlemen, you want to meet a hero, you will meet him there.
Absolutely.
Christopher Wilson.
Yeah, we love Christopher a lot.
Oh, he's a medic.
And
he was in the sandbox for quite a bit of time over there. And anybody in the military will tell you the biggest balls out there is the medics. These guys are unbelievable. The things they do to get you home, and get you out of harm's way. These guys are fantastic.
Yeah.
He might be little in stature, but he's a big ass heart, one of the greatest people you'll ever meet.
Yeah, he's an awesome dude.
Oh, fantastic.
He's not a medic anymore, just so you know.
Well, he's a doc now.
He's just a doc. Natalie and
Yeah.
I had a conversation with him not that long ago. And we were talking about how he was a medic and stuff. He was like, "Yeah, I'm not a medic anymore." And we're like, "Crap." But
yeah, he still is.
He still is in heart.
Yeah, trust me. He would go into a burning building to get you out. No question.
Absolutely. Yeah, but
And the only problem is, like always, he's got a wife that's just she's okay.
I never even heard of his wife.
Well, she's mediocre.
Is she around?
Yeah, she comes around sometimes just to cause problems.
Corey, something like that.
Yeah, Corey. She's and dude, let me tell you something. Seriously, again, well, she's a fantastic individual. If you ever get a prayer group, she's one to call.
There you go.
Get you in a prayer circle, you wouldn't believe. She works for monks.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah. She works for a group of monks.
That's so crazy.
When Sandy's mom was doing bad, she said, "We got this," and all them monks are praying for her every day. So that's a great thing there. And then the MC, again, you go for all them great judges. Then you have this mediocre MC that shows up again.
Mediocre at best.
Oh, at the best. I tell you, I don't even know how anybody puts up with the guy. I'm really surprised anybody in the bearding world even talks to him.
Well, I heard that he's the president of the club, so he can just pick himself to be the MC and nobody can say anything about it.
Pretty much.
That's what Timmy White Shoes told me. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, again, dead presidents.
There you go.
You keep paying people the right amount of money, you can do a lot of things. So yeah, I mean, we are so lucky to have this competition, have this club that we've gotten. You know, we started out with 4 or 5 guys in 2012, and we built what we have now. And we probably got about 50 to 60 members. And I see you, Timmy. So we didn't even you know, and we built up like 50, 60 members.
That's
you know?
awesome, dude. I realize y'all had that
20 to 25 that are there all the time. You know, always putting it out, but the rest of them always there for support. So it's a great thing.
Good for y'all.
All right. So we want to wrap this up, but there's a story that we want to hear. Aaron was telling about the story that you were sharing with them, and he goes, but it's a long one. So basically what we want to do is wrap up. We're going to wrap up talking about the event right now, which is happening on October 1st in 2 weeks. Just give us a quick recap on it about the Big Whisker Revival Ocho.
The doors open at 5 p.m. Competition starts at 7. It's $20 to get in the door. It's $5 extra for every category you want to do. You can do as many categories as you want.
And there are no
pre-sales. We're doing them. It's been tied. We have been at 8 categories done 3 times. We have a great raffle table. We have music in the beginning. We have music in the other room all night long. As you said, the venue's beautiful, and the it's a great time. A lot of fun.
Absolutely.
You know, last year I think we raised a little bit over $10,000 last year. Our goal is to beat that, like always. If you like to bring a bottle to donate, that's fine. We also have, I forgot about this, I'm sorry, is fill the barrel. We have a big 55-gallon drum. So if you would please bring some cleaning supplies or some non-perishables. They go to Matthew's 25 Ministries, and they always help the people in distress. They'll go at the floods or hurricanes or anything out like that. They're always there to help them out. So we have that going for us.
Unopened pints of ice cream.
Unopened pints of ice cream. Well, we better go ahead and eat that so it doesn't melt.
Oh,
yeah.
Or you can do the Diggin' Dots or whatever the hell they're called. That they don't melt.
Aaron likes the Dippin' Dots.
I love Dippin' Dots.
Yeah, Dippin' Dots. You can do those if you need to. But yeah, besides, like I said, I mean, this is one of those competitions you don't want to miss.
Absolutely, yeah.
I'm not saying this because I'm there. I'm just telling you because it's a great competition.
Well,
I 100% will say that.
Right here, it's coined. It's coined as the biggest, the baddest, and the best facial hair competition in the country.
Oh yeah, yeah. If you saw it on Facebook, it's got to be real.
Yeah.
Facts.
It's true.
Everything on social media is complete facts.
100%.
Yep.
There's no fake news out there anywhere.
Never.
No fake news.
It's real.
All right, cool. So that's happening October 1st in Kentucky. So if you need any more information about it, you can find some information in the show notes below. Southgate House Revival, Newport, Kentucky.